Hey, good morning. I'm meteorologist Theo Cook.
And I'm Good Morning Tennessee anchor, Tirsa Smith. Thank you so much for joining us as we break down your weather. And Theo, this is probably one of the most anticipated weather wrap-ups we've done in a while because it is back to school for Knox County.
That's right.
Parents are up, kids are up. I think most are almost sliding into school right now. They should be there.
Yeah. And it's the first one I've done with you.
There we go.
So it's something new, exciting.
All right, let's go. We saw some rain showers this morning.
That's
Those
right.
kind of cleared out. Get us up to speed on what's going on.
Right now it's just mainly cloudy over the area. All of us are dry at the moment, but I do expect additional some spotty showers and storms, very similar to what we saw yesterday. That will be the story again. Here's Embassy Suites right now. You know, it's that cloudy look. The sunrise this morning was absolutely gorgeous, but yeah, right now mostly cloudy, again, on the dry side. But it's not too bad of a start right now. Temperatures are about 70 degrees for many of us. Some of us cooler at 65 Barberville, 65 Sneedville, 68 in Dandridge, a little warmer closer to the southern portions of our valley. And it's a little bit more sticky. Portions of Loudoun, Athens, Tellico Plains, south of I-40. North of I-40, it's not too bad. We're not in that tropical feel. We're more just in the muggy feel, which is actually a lot more comfortable than what we saw a lot of July and what's pretty typical for August. High temperatures today will be about the same as yesterday. We ended up hitting 87 at McGee-Tyson, which is where we officially record all of our records. I think we'll be about the same today. 87s across the board from Knoxville, Maynardville, and Maryville, as well as Kingston. A little cooler up closer towards Oneida, Jamestown, and a little bit warmer in the valley. Will also be pretty sticky. What that will do is allow us to feel even hotter than it is. Yeah, at least it's not the 105 we saw when we had those heat advisories a couple weeks ago. But it's summer. It's a pretty typical feel. 92 here in Knoxville, upper 80s across the plateau to southeast Kentucky. So make sure you're staying hydrated. Take those precautions if you are out and about for a long time. But it's not excessively oppressive heat. But because of the moisture, Tirsa, we do have to talk about storm chances again. Very similar to yesterday, about a third of us ended up seeing some showers and storms. Here at the station, we saw a nice little drencher as well. Again, there's those clouds throughout the morning. We're filtered sunshine, but mostly cloudy. And then a few pop-up showers and storms start to develop as we head closer to the later afternoon hours during that peak heating around 3, 4 o'clock. You know, it's the higher elevations are going to have the best shot of rain again, the mountains, the plateau, and then part of the northern valley, as we pretty much saw the last couple of days. So that'll be the trend today, tomorrow, over the next several days. Really the higher elevations getting in on that.
Rule of thumb, everybody grab your umbrella, just have it handy. Yeah.
Yes. With these summertime storms, they're a little bit more harder to predict exactly where they're going to be. It's just with how much moisture's in the air, the heat, you just get them pop up, and they'll stay on you for about half an hour to an hour, and then they just kind of fizzle out. So it's almost, you're lucky if you get it if you don't have any outdoor plans, because at least it cools you down a little bit. I really like that trade-off of you're in the heat, it's humid, and then you get that soaker and you're 10 degrees cooler all of a sudden.
But it's interesting though if you're like in a group chat group like most of us are. It's always like, hey guys, it's storming over by my house. Somebody else, what are you talking about? It's completely dry by mine.
Yeah, I remember I was driving here around 10 yesterday, and you could barely even see the shower on the radar. It was just a little blip, but it was enough to soak the freeway and cause some havoc. Let's talk about something a little more fall feeling, get us in the fall mood, even though it's not cool yet. The evenings aren't
really?
terrible.
The fire pit forecast.
Yeah, the fire pit forecast, Tirsa. Do you have a fire pit?
I do not. When it's cold, I'm not outside.
Yeah, that's true. But it's cool enough in the evenings. It's mild. We're talking about the 70s by 9 o'clock already. So, if you want to get in the fall festivity mood, maybe go for the sit out by the fire pit. And it'll be a pretty cool start to our Friday as well. We're talking about 60s across the board, lower 60s across the plateau to southeast Kentucky, and then upper 60s here in Knoxville and the valley. Tomorrow, rinse and repeat forecast. That'll be the next several days. Will sound like a broken record throughout the weekend into next week because it'll be highs in the 80s and scattered showers and storms each and every day. So kind of a boring forecast, meaning not a lot of changes in the forecast, but at least it makes our job easy. Just upper 80s, pretty typical August pattern, Tirsa.
I like boring. When it comes to my forecast, it can be just like this for a while.
Yeah, at least it's not the oppressive heat. We're not talking about mid-90s, fortunately. Let's go ahead and track those storms out tomorrow. Very, very similar to what we saw yesterday, similar to what we're going to see today, and that'll be the trend over the next several days. Higher terrain, has the best potential, but we all have at least a small opportunity of those showers and storms. You see them, just a few blips, no real rhyme or reason where they end up. And then Saturday, do it all over again, upper 80s and those showers and storms possible. But most of us stay dry. About 80% of us stay dry, which means those lake and pool activities, any sort of outdoor activities look pretty good. Just make sure to download our free app. Keep that radar handy just in case of those few shower and storm opportunities. Lightning would be the number one threat with any of those. This is going into next week. We do stay close to 90 or just below 90, but those heat indices, that more bright red column, mid to upper 90s, Tirsa.
Okay.
So it'll feel hot.
Okay, so that's, again, get out the water bottle. Luckily, all the kids have water bottles at school nowadays, so they're good to go. We as adults just have to remember to drag ours.
That's
to
right.
work.
Yeah, it's especially that time frame of like 1 to 5 p.m. That's the most dangerous. And then this is probably not what a lot of us want to see in August, but this is a 50 to 60% chance of above normal temperatures. And you're probably thinking, well, it's 50-50. No, it would be divided up by a third. So normally it's about a third above, a third below, and a third of near average temperature chances. We're leaning towards that above average temperature. So average right now is 88 for our highs. We're talking about we'll probably be there to the low 90s. This is the week after next, so that third week of August. Just looking like that high pressure settles in, very typical summertime pattern, but hot temperatures. Low rain chances, but they're more terrain-based rain chances just because of all the moisture there. So this weekend, mainly dry, the driest of the week, and then we ramp up those rain chances a little bit more headed into next week with a cool front on the way. Let's just look at the tropics. Most of this is well off the coast. No concern to the U.S. for at least the next 7 days. Anything that is developed or is developing is moving to the north and east, rotating around the Bermuda High, which means no concerns to us and no concerns to the United States again for the next week or so. 7-day forecast, again, about as typical second week of August as you can get. If you had me to draw up a perfect August forecast or a typical August forecast, this would be it. I guess if a perfect one, in my opinion, would be more like the 70s or 60s. But again, this is as typical as it gets, Tirsa.
No, I'm definitely in favor of this. This is not bad at all if you are trying to make some plans, at least as steady, and we're not seeing big storms for everyone.
That's
everywhere.
Right. Yeah, at least we don't have to deal with the washout. But I like at least some opportunities because it keeps us out of that drought, which can be dangerous going into more wildfire season in the fall.
Okay.
So,
Good.
We need a little bit of rain here and there.
We do. Balance is good. We thank you so much for joining us for this weather breakdown. Thank you, Theo.
Yeah,
always
thank you.
Breaking everything down for us day by day. And of course, you can always find more information on WATE.com.